Welcome to the Neuromasters Podcast, the place to reinvent yourself, master your mind, and change your life. Internationally recognized speaker, coach, and trainer Reg Malhotra will teach you tools to improve your mindset, change your behaviors, and let your relationships thrive. Are you ready to unlock the power of your mind? Here's your host, Reg.
All right, everybody, welcome back to this episode. Today I want to talk about owning who you are and owning what you want. So we have an interesting problem in the world. A lot of people, in fact, most people don't find it easy to own who they are, to own what they want. In fact, people will go to the extent of avoiding accepting to themselves what it is they want, forget telling other people about it. The issue is, if you don't own who you are, if you don't own what you want, then how can other people ever believe in you? This is very important. Because as I think about my journey, I know there's so many points in my life where I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew how I wanted to feel. I knew who I was at the core. But I kept denying, avoiding, repressing, deferring all of these things to the point that the amount of friction that going through me just got bigger and bigger and bigger, because the further I got away from owning who I am, owning what it is I want, the harder it became. You see, I work with a lot of people and I hear this from a lot of people, and it's actually, sometimes it can take me quite a while to get it out of people that they do want to do a particular thing, or that they are a certain way. For example, people even find it hard to accept in themselves that they love helping other people. I mean, what's so hard about accepting that? But people will go to the greatest extent to not even accepting that in themselves. People will not accept that they love taking people from point A to point B, or to helping them transform. And this is inspired of the fact that I've spoken with some very successful people and people who are transitioning through different stages of their life. And one thing I found in common, that when I ask them this, people do say that, oh my God, like, I love helping other people. I love the idea of motivating other people, inspiring other people, uplifting other people. But then they'll spend most of their life disowning that part in themselves. So I want to ask you today, as you listen to this episode, what is it in you? What is the parts of you that you are not owning, that you are not accepting, that you are perhaps hiding? Perhaps you're not owning them because you fear disappointing yourself. That's also a very common thing. And this journey in life is really about going from a place of where we protect ourselves, due to certain experiences, and so we don't openly accept and declare who we are and what it is we want. From that point to becoming so crystal clear about who we are and what we want. I know if you're listening to this episode, you're someone who is on that path one way or another, who is on that self-quest, that journey of exploration. And, I want to congratulate you, because a lot of people don't even get on that journey. A lot of people don't even ask themselves the right question. They don't even bother, because they are so sold into the story of what others have told them, or who they've always been, or who they used to be, that they have repressed a very powerful part of themselves. And typically that has something to do with expressing their truth or helping others get what they want. So I want to say this today. In order for you to fully actualize this experience called life, and for you to get the richest experience, you're going to have to, at some stage, accept who you are. See, a lot of people wait for massive pain or massive inspiration. Now, those are the two things that will definitely get you moving in that direction. But I ask this, does it have to be one of those two? What will it take for one to review where they currently are, think about who they are, at least explore who they are, and start moving in that direction? Sometimes it just needs baby steps, but it needs acceptance in the first order. I want to ask you this. Are you disowning certain parts of you? Are you not accepting who you truly are? Are you denying, repressing, and even avoiding those parts of you, perhaps because you've been laughed at for that, perhaps because you've been not accepted for that, perhaps because you have been rejected for having those parts in you. If that's you, I want to encourage you to take ownership of this right now. Who are you? Who are you truly? What lights you up? What is it that you know you're meant to do more of? Now, as you do that, this may require you to eliminate certain things in your life. And perhaps, I think the difficult thing for a lot of people is there could be some people that you have to let go. And you will only do that if you truly accept and honor the part of you that you have not been owning, that you have not been expressing. This is a very powerful process. You see, and it can be a painful process, but it's so worthwhile in the end, because it doesn't matter how much money you earn, doesn't matter how many praises you get, doesn't matter what title you get. Your true fulfillment is just about impossible without you accepting and claiming who you are. When you claim and accept who you are, the world will accept who you are. The world will honor who you are. You see, the world will always make way for the one who knows where they're going. Now, that requires you to know where you want to go and then to accept who you are. That doesn't mean you cannot add more to you. In previous episodes, we talk about, adding more to you, and that you are more than, anything you can conceive you are. You're more than that. And that's certainly the case. But it definitely starts with noticing and accepting the core truths of who you are. What makes you you? What are the things that people have liked about you and have loved seeing in you? What are the parts of you that you have truly been lit up by? You've found yourself in this joy. And I can assure you, it's not a matter of if, it's only a matter of when. You see, success, in most cases, particularly where what you're pursuing is aligned with who you are, is just about inevitable. But it requires you to do this work on yourself. It requires you to put something out there into the world through your work, one way or another. And it requires you to change course and not quit when obstacles hit. It's just a matter of figuring out another way. And if you keep doing that, then time is the only variable. So this is a message. This episode is particularly for you if you have been umming and ahhing about expressing who you are, being aligned with your deepest truths and moving in that direction. Because the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is now.
Thank you for tuning in today. Are you ready to take the next step and find out what's keeping you from reaching your goals and creating the life you want? Go to go.neuromastersacademy.com/GS-LP for a free transformational mini workshop with Reg. See you next week.